Hello and welcome to the Temple of Tomes with your host, Indie Comics Jones. Today is March 23rd, 2023, and this is episode 570. Today we're looking at Scorched, or The Scorched, coming out from Image Comics. This is issue number 12. This does end the... I guess it's the arc. I thought it might end at 6, but it just kept going. And so we finished it, but it has continued on. There's kind of, I don't want to say a cliffhanger, but the Scorch has continued on. I think this issue actually came out like in December or January, something like that. It comes in at a whopping $2.99, and on the cover here we do see the Scorched all kind of grouped together with Haunt and I'm trying to think of his name, Spawn. Thank you. And Gunslinger, Spawn, all in there, and Redeemer, got them all there. So I don't see the missus though. She Spawn, but she's kind of the leader of the Scorched. So this is a recommend. I think the whole story was pretty good. The art in it was really good. It was very fast paced, very fast moving. If I had a complaint, we have a lot of characters come in and out. And it's kind of hard to keep track of who was who at some times. It turned out the main villain, I don't know if you're going to read this or not, but the main villain, here's a spoiler, his name is the Curse, and he's actually a human that has devoted himself in a weird, wacky way to God, but he's a little demented and we'll take a look at that real quick. First of all, I just want to say it's been the same team that's been on this since the beginning. The writer Sean Lewis with Todd McFarlane's input. Steve Segovia is the artist. The colorist is Ulysses Areola. And the lettering has been done by And World Designs. There you go. Cover artist is Raymond Gay and Valerio Gianciordono. Dono. That's what we got going on. Let's take one more quick look at the cover. Very intricate. But nicely done. Okay. So it's been a pretty rambling story. A lot has happened. We get a shot of the Cursed here. He revealed himself at the last issue. He was always kind of in the shadows. They called him the Buyer, or Mr. K, I believe, at one time. But he's got a lot of people trying to hunt him down. He is trying to bring the world to an end, and we get his backstory in these quick couple of pages or panels where there's this very I don't know what you want to call him. I don't think he's really a charismatic preacher, but he's someone that takes over this young boy's life. He actually records the guy's sermons and plays them back and transcribes them and does all kinds of weird stuff. And then he decides to devote himself to God by stabbing his eyes. So he does both eyes. And it has turned him into someone that's supposedly of heightened sense and heightened responsibility towards bringing God's will to the forefront, which his own idea of what God's will is a little demented. So here we go. We get this major battle between the Curse and the creatures that he has created that can summon all the Spawn's different abilities. They're kind of like a robot type thing. We have medieval Spawn, and I believe his name was Soul Crusher. They're in a different area. They summon a dragon, and they're going to ride it back to join in the fight against the Curse. And you can see Curse has control of all these robots that have the Spawn abilities. So when they fight him one-on-one, they don't do so well. But as a team, they can actually accomplish a lot. And I think that's the goal of this whole book. As a team, we can do better. So they all each one of the Scorched has their own agenda. However, I don't think any of them come to fruition at the end of this story, other than Priscilla Priest. His daughter is safe when it's all said and done. So, like I said, good art, a lot of good action. It just goes, goes, goes. They show the dragon arriving with the 2 passengers to join in the fight against the cursed, and they're able to take him down. And that's kind of how it ends. And then we have Spawn kind of peeping in, kind of saying, okay, that's not all, folks, so there's probably going to be something more in the future. And there is. I think there's been 1 or 2 issues out, 13 and 14 to be exact. So there's a recommend. You need to see the whole story. It's hard to really show it in just the end there. There's so much that happened there. With so many characters, there's so many missions that they went on and things they did. But yeah, it's a recommend. Okay, we have gotten the ads for some of the other spawns that are out there. King Spawn. I wasn't that crazy about it. I thought the first issue was good. The second issue kind of just made me not want to read it any longer. Regular Spawn and then Gunslinger Spawn, and it's showing December. So this thing might have come out in November. It's been sitting in my to-do box for a while. Ad for Image, and then we have a McFarlane Dragon series statuettes or figurines, whatever you want to call them. Looks pretty good. Let's get in there. See some of the detail. And Scorched 13. So then you get the start of the next arc. Let me angle this a little better. And we'll get a little close-up in there. And they are still together, and they are still fighting the good fight. Looks like they're taking on some kind of weird vampire zombie type creature, maybe. Okay, so there you have it. Thanks for stopping by and listening to my review of The Scorched, number 12. As always, please like, please subscribe if you haven't, please leave comments if you wish, and we'll see you next time at the Temple of Tomes. This is Indie Comics Jones. I'm going to WonderCon tomorrow, so that's out in Anaheim, California, put on by Comic-Con. And I looked at the schedule. I'm not too excited about it. There's just nothing that's really popping out. But it's always fun to go and just be there. And so I'll be hanging out. And I'll maybe do a review on that. I think I did last year's and kind of talked about it a little bit. But the guest panels don't look too huge. And I think that might be an indication of the state of the current big two comics and then the comics industry in general. It's not doing so hot. So, this is Indie Comics Jones bringing everybody down and bidding you adieu.